Всем привет, господины и господа, мы посмотрели только что видок в оригинале, теперь русская версия. Будем останавливаться на самых интересных моментах.
The stakes are higher than they've ever been. Have we been built to defend the traveler? Have we been built to defend humanity? The witness is going to bring all of that to the test.
What is that? How would we react if we were facing extinction? And how are we going to stand together to overcome this?
You know what must be done.
We were created for this moment, to deal with this conflict, to solve for this enemy.
Неамуна выглядит просто обалденно.
When evil finally arrives and confronts the traveler.
Космические битвы. Снова в Destiny. Это начало конца.
The traveler is threatened. The witness is here. Callus's forces are here as well. The pyramid fleet is here. Big shit is going down.
Lightfall should feel like you have stepped into the middle of an active war.
One of the values that we really wanted to push was making sure that you felt like the tip of the spear. You were the one who was initiating the action.
Анимация офигенная у Стрэнда.
What this tone gave us the chance to do was to really surface the friendship, the camaraderie, the
Ну это же
connections that we have with
офигенно.
each other.
Kaido, we'll need your troops.
If the end of the universe is coming, what do we have left other than each other?
Keep the enemy away from the traveler at all cost.
Александр, да, наши победят.
That is happening to the solar system, so we really wanted to bring that gravity and that weight into the story.
In a major way, what we're doing right now is we're both setting up the finale for the Light and Darkness saga. We're pulling the witness into the frame for the first time.
The big question has been, what does it want with the traveler? What will happen when it finds it? And in Lightfall, it does find it.
I feel like the witness is so drastically different from any other antagonist that we've had in Destiny in the past. You know, a lot of our Destiny antagonists are like kind of over the top and theatrical in their own way. And then we have the witness who's just so reserved. It's all about control with the witness.
The witness is here to finish what the collapse started. Now, there's Callus. Always been power hungry.
Там, кстати, да, покажут Калласа в броне приспешника.
We're seeing Callus go through a transformation and emerge as something new.
Вот, смотрите.
Odds are stacked.
Брюлики на месте.
The witness has arrived. We got Callus. Everything's under attack. How do we deal with this? And then you find this thread.
Обратите внимание на анимации нити в геймплее. Они отличные.
No. We're gonna do something that you'd only find in Destiny. We're gonna go talk about this thing called Strand, and it's the web of life.
What does it mean to have a cosmic web that's connecting everything around you? How do you actually make that like an ability? How do you make that like a power?
Казалось бы, при чем тут Спайдермен, да?
Actually exist. You can't just point to fire, electricity, or ice. Coming up with the idea of the strings, the strands lighting up the world. I think that was when everything kind of started to come together.
Strand is unlike any of the powers that we've gotten before. We didn't get it from the Traveler, we didn't get it from the Pyramids. It is a power that we find is unlocked within us as Guardians.
Сила внутри нас, джедай.
And you start manipulating that web, you can do some really powerful things.
We have some exciting player class fantasies coming up with Strand that we're introducing. So we have the Hunter Threadrunner, which is going to introduce this threaded spike.
The Hunter Super Silk Strike, it's this kind of rope dart. You're constantly moving,
Это
constantly
выглядит
It feels fluid.
на 100 баксов.
Amazing style to it. It's just something we've never seen in Destiny before.
Да, сопли внутри нас, Лукас. Сказал глубоко, как никогда.
And the name is pretty fitting.
The Titan Super is Blade Fury, where you weave these giant blades onto your hands. You have
Ну, смотри, Титан. Метров 10 у него рейнджа по КМу. Потому что сейчас подвесит моба. Бам.
And then there's the Warlock Broodweaver, the mastermind of the minions that we call the Threadlings.
The Warlock Broodweaver super is
Ну, Варлоку дали бараш.
You create 3 sources of power, and then those then get launched out, and then those fly through the air. When they hit an enemy, they'll explode. When they hit the ground, they will then charge up and then turn into Threadlings.
Ну да, мы это тоже в статьях видели и в трейлерах. Смотрите, как меняется геймплей, когда показывают хук. Это просто охеренно.
And so designers came up with this idea of a grapple melee.
The grapple melee is incredibly powerful. I grapple onto an enemy, which stuns them for a second. And then when I get there, I grapple punch, blow them all up, and start shooting, and then the unravel projectiles are flying all over the place.
All that stuff coming together was magic for me. Oh my god, that's Destiny?
Да, да, это поменяет уровень взаимодействия наш с игрой. Чем-то Doom напоминает на самом деле.
Neomuna has existed for hundreds of years. It branched off from Earth during our collapse and shut off any communication. So they've been secretly existing on Neptune for a very long time and keeping themselves safe.
It was amazing to see how the concept artists made all of this beautiful art feel really fresh and new, but also a part of the Destiny
ну тут нам
universe.
рассказывают, как они вдохновлялись. Локация шикарная, просто шикарная.
We're thinking of a lot of aerodynamic things, fins and sailboats. That informs us sort of the architectural form language that kind of looks unlike anything we've ever seen before.
The high winds, strong pressure. We have that beach area where we show the sand is made out of diamonds. The whole terrain is following up into the beginning of the city. The color, the graphic design, the vibrancy.
Как интересно им было это дизайнить. Когда они так комплексно подходят, я бы прямо сам бы хоть сейчас пошел бы.
Is that it's like this big neon-soaked city, but it has quite a spectrum of different environments.
I think my favorite absolutely is the Thrillodrome. It is an
Азартодром.
arcade lost
Это
sector,
лос-сектор
and I think we can relate to spending our
с игровыми автоматами. Это Ханамура из Overwatch, народ.
playing games with our buddies.
I'm also so excited for people to see the puka pond with all of the pukas that have been like such a mystery since Beyond Light. And then on the other side of the city is Callus's ship. The Typhon Imperator has landed square in Ahimsa Park.
You see that the city is indeed
Графон тоже
kind of
подтянули, вам не
in
кажется?
shambles in parts. There's smoke, there's explosions in the air, and I just go back to the teamwork of everybody getting into a room and thinking like, what can we do to make this feel high octane, very explosive, and familiar?
Ну а вспомни, Лукас, старт Destiny 2. И вот мы здесь. Я, честно говоря, не знаю игр, которые настолько меняются.
There's a lot new about Lightfall. We have this new location, and it has these new personalities that come along with it. They're defenders of this city, and they have new perspectives that we really haven't seen in characters in Destiny, and that's taking the form of the Cloud Striders.
Облачные бродяги.
I understand what's at stake, Lightbearer. Far better than you.
Rohan is the grizzled old veteran who's too old for this shit. And Nimbus is the young rookie. Nimbus is learning on the job.
Nimbus was definitely a favorite of ours to animate. They're so boisterous and fun-loving and a little smug, but super confident in their abilities.
The Cloud Striders, bottom line, are cool.
Nimbus, on your stakes.
Короче, они просто очень крутые. Ну, в смысле, охуенные.
We want the Tormentors to be the most scary unit that you've ever fought in the Destiny universe.
Holy crap, this combatant is very powerful. It means business.
Насколько я помню, они смогут отключать способности.
Wields a massive scythe, has command over all this void energy.
The Tormentor can like grab you, and that's something we'd never really done before with the boss.
Throws out the scythe.
Да, у тебя камера от третьего лица, когда он тебя
And in
хватает.
those moments for Dark Harvest, we actually do things with audio to make it feel even more intimate, where we duck out all the background sound. So you really have this intimate moment with this terrifying creature grabbing you.
Мне уже не хочется ему в лапы попадаться.
Lightfall and Season of Defiance are two sides of the Destiny coin.
Уровень качества. Видите, да? Без комментариев. Официальный канал Банжи. Скорость важнее качества. Ждем дополнения, пацаны.
Two sides of the Destiny coin. And so on the Lightfall side, we have crazy neon cities going on an adventure far away, sort of bombastic action fantasy. On the Season of Defiance side of the coin, it's a
Сезон сопротивления
much more closer to home.
Season of Defiance
будет развиваться события на Земле во время коллапса.
Callus's forces are invading, and we're defending Earth. We're freeing prisoners.
Go now.
We're trying to protect the last city, but much more directly and under much more threat than we have seen in a long time.
You're working with Petra, you're working with Devram, you're working with all these people that you know that are close to home and that
Ведьмак
are
всея Руси.
battling for the real thing you're
Заработай.
trying to save. Close to home and that are
Сейчас.
battling for the
Мысля.
real thing you're trying to save.
Выглядит, как будто мы видим новые паблик-ивенты на Земле. Можно будет опять кидать шарик около пирамидки. Наперекор погибели. Ну, конечно же, новая броня и пушки.
We have a couple of strand exotics. The warlocks are getting what's called swarmers. They're these boots that will, on tangled destruction, create new threadlings at that location. Now they can
Дизайн брони спорный.
can pick up a
Такой,
tangle
на
and throw a
вкусовщину.
tangle, and then that will also create threadlings.
Я не в
Runners
восторге.
getting this helmet that will
Пушки
help them
реюз пушек с Луны.
As you grapple, you gain this new ability called Woven Mail, and it's
Вот она
reducing
броня
incoming damage
с
except for
анфличингом.
headshots. The Titans get boots that will augment a aspect that they have. The aspect itself will just send out a wave that will suspend enemies in front of their barricade after casting it, but the boots will split it up into 3 waves.
Ага.
Whenever they spend an enemy
С
with these
аспектом
boots on, they
ты
also gain
выпускаешь
woven
после
mail. So
баррикады
pushing this line
одну
further and
волну,
further by being
с ногами 3.
I have been caught by those boots a couple times in our playtest. We have this incredibly
Это сильная
cool
вещь в PvP будет.
heavy metal machine gun that fires according to its own rhythm, where it gets alternate effects every 4th bullet, and then every 16th bullet it gets even more added to
Дебафающий
it.
пулемет.
So we have this pistol that will use advanced technology to find your enemies. And so suddenly you're not worrying about aiming, you're really worrying about surviving during the lock-on time.
Самонаводящийся пистолет.
Consider your movement
Жду
more
в
than your
PvP.
aiming, being able to lock on to multiple guys in your field of vision and then just obliterate all of them was, I think, a moment where I kind of went, whoa.
В трайлсах, да? Нормальная тема.
We're introducing a ton of new features that are designed to make sure that the player experiences are as good as they can be.
I think one of the things we're most excited about are loadouts and what we're calling build crafting 2.0, which is the system of both, hey, let's make it more understandable to how you make a build, and then let's allow you to save that build and quickly swap between them.
When we started the process of figuring out how we are going to improve build crafting,
One of the things that we knew we needed to do was make it easier to go from, I have never done any build crafting, to I'm really engaged in this system. When we engaged with the UI team and we said, we need to improve this experience, they came back with, well, what if we did a build management screen and let you see your whole build on one screen?
It's all in one place. You can see it, you can read it, you can learn. And that coupled with our Guardian ranks, that's gonna come in and basically be our first ever companion to every single player.
Guardian ranks is our answer to what should I be doing in Destiny if I want to get better? You have this track that tells you what you should be doing. We're really excited for players to start diving into that system along with combinations, a way to finally say thank you to players that you've been playing with. We think all of this stuff is coming together to bring this more cohesive relationship between our players.
Вот, кроме шуток, приятно же получить похвалу в конце матча, да? Типа, братан, красава. Приятно. Круто.
We are walking to our 10-year anniversary of Destiny, and Destiny being such a core part of our players' lives. We just want to keep building Destiny.
We've been talking about this antagonist to the Traveler for so long. In Lightfall, we get to spend time with the Witness in a way that we haven't yet.
We're paying off storylines that have been coming together and been building for years.
More questions will certainly arise.
We have this finale with the final shape that's coming right after Lightfall, where we're closing down the Light and Darkness saga. But Destiny is far from
Балдеж.
This universe is about more than the conflict between the Traveler and the Pyramids, and we want to show you new ways to explore it. We want to show you new things to discover in the universe because we think that Destiny has a lot to offer, and Lightfall is the catalyst for that. It's high stakes, thrilling action, all at the same time, pushing the Destiny story to places it's never been before.
Слышь, купи. 16 лайков, найс. Я считаю, что это круто. Единственное, что меня настораживает, это они показали достаточно много эпичных катсцен, как бы не все самое крутое они показали, да? Я прям жду не дождусь, когда можно будет поисследовать Неомуну. Я уверен, что как только у меня будет возможность просто спокойно не по сюжетке побегать по локации, я залипну надолго. Столько всего. Обожаю вот такие моменты в игре, когда у тебя есть возможность поисследовать. Ну что, давайте не будем смотреть геймплей, да, еще раз. Ну, типа, смысл. Кто хочет, опять пересмотрит эти трейлеры. Особо ничего нового по геймплею они не показали. Что нас интересует, это, ну, не крафт, а билдкрафтинг. Давайте посмотрим на систему билдкрафта, на интерфейс. Вот у нас есть возможность присваивать, насколько я понимаю, разного рода значки для своих лодаутов. И мы видим сразу ключевые моды, которые вставлены, пушки, опять же, с перками. И, судя по всему, у нас будет быстрый доступ к смене каких-то перков и каких-то модов, не заходя глубоко. У нас есть возможность как углубиться в шмотку, так и посмотреть на все вместе. Куча модов, новые иконки. Выглядит аккуратненько, да? Void Weapon Search. Соберите 3 сферы силы, позволит вам зарядиться одним зарядом брони. Ваше пустотное оружие получает небольшой бонус к урону, когда вы находитесь под действием одного заряда брони. И этот заряд брони, он исчезает через некоторое время. То есть у тебя идет таймер обратного отсчета. Нити выглядят круто. И сразу активны значки по чемпионам, да? Это, скорее всего, показывает, что вот против кружочков у тебя уже заряжена броня. Так, уровень силы подтвержден. 18.2.0. То есть мы сейчас будем качать 200 лайта, 200 карл. Готовы, дети? А вас никто не спрашивает. Вот. Ну, по характеристикам ничего не поменялось. Вот у нас уровень стража. Здесь можно вправо переместиться. и здесь влево. Мы переместились. Прогрессия по уровням. По идее, где-то на 6-м уровне мы все будем. Люди, которые сейчас активно играют в игру, они сразу стартанут Lightfall с 6-го уровня. Можно отслеживать триумфы. Можно надевать титул здесь. Ветеран. О, мы сразу на ветеране. Приключения называется вкладка. Ранг 7 элита. Ранг охранника, прогресс ранга. Ну, я так понял, 6-й ранг это по умолчанию. Все, что идет дальше, качается через челленджи сезонные. Вот как я это понимаю. Поправьте, если я не прав. Как видите, вот тут у него уже все выполнено. Тут, скорее всего, там достань пушку, перезаряди пушку, молодец. Вот найди красный кружочек, зайди, да, это ПВП. Ну, для самых маленьких обучения тут, да. А тут уже челленджи. Как раз вот то, что мы видим, сезонные челленджи, они будут имплементированы в систему званий охранников. И как раз тут у нас окончание сезона. Идет счетчик. Челленджи, судя по всему, плюс-минус стандартные, то, что мы видим сейчас. По-моему, круто. Что думаете по этому поводу, пишите в комментариях. А на этом у меня все. С вами был Дэвил. Увидимся в будущем.